Alright, we're continuing in the Scruggs backup videos, and last video we covered the basic boogie woogie idea, which is based on the #1 chord shape, or what some people call the F shape. What I want to do now is just add a little twist to this. Earl had some pretty cool variations on the boogie woogie idea. I'm not going to cover all of them because there's a ton of ways you can variate this, but this is one really commonly heard idea, and it's not too hard to do, and it just takes you one note above what you're already doing with the standard lick anyway. So let's try it. Remember from the previous video, the lick we had was, and that was repeated as many times as you needed. It lasted for 1 and 2 and 3. What we're going to do in this variation is actually take the ring finger off of the 4 string and put it over here on the 2nd string at 5, which in essence gives us partial E minor / G6. If you want to delve into this, there's not a whole lot of difference between a G6 and an E minor. It's just the arrangement of the notes. So what you're actually doing is adding a 6th tonality to this chord shape, which kind of sweetens it up a little bit. Let me show you how the lick functions. So instead of just playing the single string lick in the midst of a roll pattern, what you're going to do is play 4 1 2, 4 1 3 3, and then slip this ring finger over to the 5th fret of the 2nd string and pinch with the fingers. So it's 4 1 3 3 pinch. That's the difference. Alright, now remove the ring finger and pinch again, 1 and 2. Now play the descending idea again, 3 3 4. 4 1 3 3 pinch pinch 3 3 4 1 3 3 pinch pinch. So let me fire the metronome up at about 70 beats a minute. Now again, if this is too fast, especially since you're adding a new idea, let's slow it down. About 60 beats a minute. It should give us a little more time. Again, because this is based on a #1 chord formation, or an F shape, that means it can be reproduced anywhere on the neck, just like we did for the standard boogie woogie lick. D. Now the only problem area I see with this lick is getting from the 2nd pinch back to here. You kind of have to muscle your way over there. I've heard some players will cheat a little bit, or I shouldn't say cheat. They change this a little bit to make it easier to play. They'll play 4 1 3 3 pinch, and then just play the 1st string, which you're welcome to do. But the main thing is to add this E note on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, which gives you a G6 kind of sound, which if you listen to much swing music, you hear a lot of 6 chords, and bluegrass actually has a pretty good smattering of 6 chords, especially in backup stuff. So that extra E note just kind of brightens things up a little bit. And feel free to variate it to make it easier to play. You don't have to play 2 pinches unless you just like to. I want to be true to the original version. Now let's move on to the #2 position, because there's some other Scruggsy ideas that work out of the #1 shape, but they get more into some blues ideas. I just want to make sure you got some of the most important and the ones that build the foundation of Scruggs style backup. So you've got the boogie woogie lick. Now you've got the variation, which which adds an E note to give it a G6 sound. Alright, now let's move to the number 2 formation, which some people call the D shape. I guess most people call it the D shape. I just call it the number 2 formation. Alright, now there's a revolving lick that works in and around this chord shape. Just like all Scruggs backup, it totally relates to the chord shape. So we're going to work on some licks that revolve around the number 2 shape now in the remainder of this video. Let's take this primary lick. 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 4, and then maybe 2 at the end. This is what I call a scrolling lick, which is just some lingo I use to describe notes that just repeat out of the chord shape. And again, you'll notice that you hear this note, which gives you that E note in a different location. So this is also a G6 idea, or G minor, G6/E minor kind of sound. But you're only hearing it, one note out of the rotation of notes. So just for a split second, you get that nice kind of sweetened sound from the 6th chord. 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, or 4, 1. So right hand finger, and I'm probably going to go index, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index. Okay, let's fire this up at about 60. Time. And again, just like all the Scruggs licks, because they're based on these shapes, that means I can reproduce this lick anywhere that I find a number 2 chord formation. So what if I want to do this for C? I can move up here to 12 and 14. I wanted to play that in D. I could play it here. Up here. So as long as you can find the number 2 formation, the lick really doesn't change in its primary form. And of course there's a lot of variations on this lick. Pull-offs and slides and everything, and we're going to cover that in some of the other videos. So now you have a really foundational idea for this D, or what I call the number 2 shape. Now for the remainder of this video, I'm going to kind of mix in what we've been doing, some vamp patterns, and occasionally I'm going to switch to a number 2 shape and play this lick. I appreciate it. We'll see you next video.